In previous session we talked about books of original entry and the journal. In this session let's understand what is the steps involved in journalizing process through this example. Let's say on 1st January, okay, on 1st January 2015, Mr. X started a business with a capital of say $10,000. So he's starting a business with a capital of $10,000 and this is the accounting transaction which had taken place. Let's see how we should journalize this transaction. So there are a 4-layer step in journalizing. The step 1 is you have to identify the 2 accounts which are affected by this transaction. The account number 1 is capital because capital had come in, which is one of the liability, and account number 2 is this capital had come in the form of a cash. So the 2 accounts which are affected by this transaction is, one is capital account, the other one is cash account. So this is your step 1. Then our step 2 is you have to classify the accounts under the golden rules of accounting. That is, you have to decide the transaction comes under which rule. Okay, so fitting them in golden rules. So your first account is your capital account. Okay, the capital account is basically from the owner and he's a person, so capital account would come under personal account. And the second item is your cash account. The cash account is basically a real item, so it comes under real account. So you have identified the classification, that is how these transaction comes under the golden rules. Then you have to decide which account should be debited, which account should be credited. Probably you can do that now. So we'll call it a step 3. That is deciding which account should be debited and which account should be credited. And here if you notice, capital account, you identify it as a personal account. So personal account says debit the receiver of benefit and credit the giver of benefit. Here the business has received capital from Mr. X. Mr. X has given the capital or money in the name of a capital, and that is basically the benefit. Okay, that is basically the benefit you have received from Mr. X, so you should credit the receiver of benefit. So Mr. X capital account should be credited. So the capital account should be credited, and the cash comes under real account, and real account rules is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here cash is coming in, so you have to debit. So you have identified which account should be debited and which account should be credited. So we'll write that in step 4. The account to be debited. The account to be debited is your cash account, and the account to be credited is Mr. X capital account. Fine. So now we can take it to the journal. So here we have the format of journal. So first we have to fill the date. The date was on 1st January 2015. So we'll write here it is 2015 January 1, and the particulars we have to write which account should be debited and which should be credited. The account to be debited is cash account. And what was the amount? The amount was $10,000. So across debit column we'll write it is $10,000. And the account that should be credited is X capital account. So we don't write X capital account credit, and here the one thing which I forgot to write here is you have to mention it as cash account debit. That is, you are debiting the cash account, and when you say you are crediting the capital account, you don't say capital account credit, rather you would say to X capital account. So instead of the abbreviation CR, we are using this to, which is universally practiced. So to X capital account, and this amount is the same $10,000, but that should come in credit column. So that is $10,000. And here we have to write the narration also in brackets. We can say being the amount invested in the business. So in this way the transaction gets recorded, and you may have to fill this ledger folio number once the ledger is prepared for that. So till such time it will be blank, but once the ledger process kickstarts, you would mention the ledger folio number. Let's take one more example to understand this journalizing process. Let's say on 3rd Jan 2015, the company has received a cash. Okay, it has received a cash from Mr. Y, $25,000. So how do you sequence this transaction? So first of all, your step 1 is identifying the accounts involved. Here the cash has come in from Mr. Y, so there are two accounts involved. Account 1 is cash account and the account 2 is Mr. Y. Then your step 2 is you have to identify the nature of account. The cash account comes under real account, and Mr. Y is a person, so he comes under personal account. Then you have to decide which account should be debited and which account should be credited. Cash account comes under real account, and real account rule says debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash had come in, so it has to be debited, and Mr. Y has given you the benefit. Personal account rule says debit the receiver of benefit and credit the giver of benefit. Mr. Y has given you the benefit, so Mr. Y's account should be credited. And step 4 is identifying or writing the entry. So it's going to be the cash account debit and balance account credit. So let's take it to the journal. So in journal we have to write the date of the transaction, which is 3rd January 2015. So I'll write 2015 3rd January, and the account that should be debited is cash account and credit is balance account. So we'll write here cash account debit, and the amount was $25,000, and the account that should be created is balance account. So to balance account, on the credit column we write $25,000, and in narration we say being cash received from Mr. Balan. So this is the way we journalize an accounting transaction.